Right, Black Science TD 111, Osei Kufuor. I'm back at y'all again. Today I'm coming to talk about the mind. What is the mind? What is its functions? And what is the mystery which is hidden from modern psychology or popular science when it comes to dealing with the mind? Now, a lot of people think that the mind is only for thinking, but it is a force which is writing or creating scripts and stories which helps to precede your karma or your life past the life that we're in now, or what we call life. Now, psychologists tend to think that the study of the mind is the study of the person. But in order to know the person, you must know the real agenda of the thing that is controlling the person. Is the person physical? Is it the physical cause, which is initiating the physical act? No, it's not. It is an unconscious cause which has mastered itself to become conscious, right? So that it can be reflected and seen through the conscious, illusionary reality of the perception of what we call the physical man. Because we have an invisible man, which is an eternal, immeasurable being, which is connected to the larger God. And that invisible man is the lowercase God, or lowercase force, which is correlated with other forces such as electricity, magnetism, and so on and so forth, light, sound. Now, we ask, where did the first piece of water come from? Where did the first piece of air come from? Man can make theories and hypotheses pertaining to things of that nature, but we will never be able to measure out or to predict such things of that origin, because these type of elements is incomprehensible to the mind of man. Now, is there other minds that exist that could comprehend it? There may be. It's just a theory. It's just an opinion. And there's nothing wrong with it, because it helps us or assists us to gradually move forward to that mystery, which is a deeper aspect of what we are. There's some things we know here that we don't know in other worlds. When I say some things that we know here, I'm talking about the other yous that exist in many lifetimes, that we go to when we dream. These worlds that we go to when we dream is worlds that we've been in before. But we don't have memory of it because our secondary person is going to these dreams, which is not the person that you are when you are awake or in this realm. This right here is your conscious person. The conscious person is the one that died out. Your secondary self lives in the subconscious, and the subconscious is where the force or the mind or the soul is ready to be awakened to leave the realm of the illusion upon the conscious person going to sleep. So what is it that psychology or the psychologists know about psychology? Do they really know the mind? Or are they basing it upon the acts of the cause, the physical cause, not the natural cause, but the physical cause through what we call the free will, right? Because free will is something that is given to the conscious you. The unconscious you is or holds a divine will that when you are under certain hypnosis or meditation, you can use that to throw yourself into other realities, or to pick up things that is unseen to the physical eye. All right. So this mind, I love to say that the mind is not that thing that we connect to the brain. Again, materialism, modern psychologists, even psychiatrists at one time thought that the external images in front of us, which gave us our perception, was the reality of the perceptions that we had, which is not true. Our perception is being made by that force that we call the mind. Everything that we see, everything that we smell, hear, and feel is a living thing that is altering our reality. You ever heard of alter realities? The alter reality is that thing, or that canvas that our imagination is initiated upon. So through psychoanalytical works and research, you've had psychiatrists who diagnose people on the basis of behavioral substance pertaining to physical causes, which was not actually the natural cause of the thing that they was looking at. And so therefore they were confused at what they were looking at. They didn't know what was pushing the person who had multiple personalities, not knowing that the multiple personality person had brought many parts of themselves from other lifetimes with them. And so when you come into the conscious realm, that confuses the brain. Now the brain has to deal with many different minds living in it, many different souls of that one person that came here. and as a defunct, due to their research into materialism and only looking at the physical aspect of what we call consciousness. They were lost in what they were investigating. All right? So that's the mind. Black Science TV 111, Osei Kufuor, I'm out. Peace.